Good morning, everybody. I am sitting here working on some writings and stuff, and I just had a thought that occurred to me. When I first got married, there were a lot of people that, they had all the solutions to how to, have a good happy marriage, and surprisingly, not many of them actually had a good happy marriage. But they all knew how to make my marriage good, right? And so their advice to my wife was simply, "Oh no, honey, you're fine." Their advice to me was basically everything is my fault. And it was one of those things that was a little bit irritating. This like the man haters club, right? And every time that somebody gets married, there's always going to be that man haters club. It's a group of older women who are disgruntled, who think that they know everything that the man should do. Here's the thing: you're not marrying them, okay? Everybody has advice. But the trick about marriage is you have to find something that works for you. You have to talk with your spouse, and both of you come to a kind of understanding of each other. And you have to grow and mature, and you have to listen to each other, and you have to find out what works for you. Maybe for you doing the dishes will help. Maybe it's better if your spouse does the dishes and you do the laundry. See what I mean? Everybody has to have their own little rut that they can get into. Not that marriage has to be joyless, but you have to find your own rhythm. You can't dance to somebody else's rhythm. You see what I mean? You guys have to discover each other, and it's a complicated process. It's a worthwhile process, and it's something that everybody has to do anyways if you really want your marriage to survive. It's your marriage. You're marrying each other. You're not marrying, the mother-in-law. You're not marrying, all these disgruntled women. You're not marrying any of them. You're marrying her. And although some of those women might have something valuable to say, you don't have to listen to everything that they say. I'm definitely not saying don't get advice and don't get help. I'm not saying that. But not everything that people say is going to be relevant to you and your marriage and each other. It's going to be something that's not really, yeah, that's nice, thank you. And you just kind of move on. And you don't have to be rude about it, but at the same time, there's going to be some people, like I said, the men haters, who think all their past failed marriages are on you. And it's your job as the man to fix everything and to make sure that your wife is always loved all the time and to never show weakness and never mistreat her and all this different stuff. And I mean, whereas that's kind of a good idea and everything, it's just not really, it's not going to happen. You're going to have feelings as a husband. Your wife is going to have feelings as a wife. The more you go on with the charade thinking that, everything's going to be fine all the time, the more you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. The beauty of marriage is not in finding a perfect person. It's in continually working together and strengthening each other and getting back up and that wonderful journey. It's something that keeps going until death do you part. And there's something very comforting about having somebody who's there for you as you age and get older and infirm and that kind of stuff. It's just something that helps. It's like the one thing that stays the same. In fact, it doesn't stay the same. It gets better. And there's going to be guys, for you men out there, there's going to be guys who try to come by and suck you into bad mouthing your spouse. It's just going to happen. Here's the thing: don't let them. Okay? Don't let what you found be tarnished by other people's just jaded. Yeah, maybe their wives nag them. Maybe they don't have a good time with their wife. Whatever. That doesn't mean you have to like take on that mantle. It's not like you have a worldwide brotherhood thing where you have to like, oh, my friend has a bad marriage, so I have to take it out on my wife. Like you don't have to do that. You don't have to get sucked into it. And those disgruntled women, you don't have to let them run your marriage. You don't have to let them affect your attitude. So, get advice, but good advice, and get it from good people. And be aware that everybody wants to live vicariously through your marriage. I don't know what it is, but everybody's going to see your marriage and they're going to say, I want to run that. I don't know exactly why I want to run that, but I'm going to run that. So you really gotta watch out because everybody's going to have advice for you. Make sure you're getting good advice. And yeah, call it quits there.